Hello everyone, quick Bitcoin analysis video here. First of all, I'd like to point out the levels I have defined on my range on my charts. I have this range defined on the charts with the range I being the resistance level from the top of the move, the all-time high in 2021, the first one. And then after that, it acted as resistance over here. And then we're seeing something quite similar over here as well. So it looks like Bitcoin currently at this current moment is facing significant resistance at this level, which is a huge one all the way from 2021. And then I have the range low from the support level here. Basically, the range is self-defined. The range high resistance, the range low, and the price point of 18,000 as the support level. We've got this little bit of deviation below the range low, and then upon the reclaim we had the uptrend that brought the last happy happy moments to the markets. But then it looks like the happiness is ending really quick, and then you have the mid range level. So going into what's happening currently in the price in the chart of Bitcoin, first of all, quite obvious that we're currently below the resistance level, which is not a good sign to see. And Bitcoin currently has formed a lower low in the price. This is the high, the low, the lower high, and the lower low. So it looks like we could be in a kind of a bearish situation in the market right now. And then one thing to point out there is that Bitcoin recently took out this the previous low, which was a liquidity area. You see this very straight wick without any kind of close below this level. It shows this it's a sign of a liquidity grab at that level. So because of this situation, there could be the possibility of a little bit of a reversal, probably to the resistance level before we see the continued push down. That's something that's on the table. But first of all, I want to point out before I go further, I want to point out a support level which I've been paying attention to for a couple of days. You see, between the range I and the middle of the range, at the current price point where Bitcoin is at the moment, we still have about 27% price decline before we get to the middle of the range, which is the next highly significant level of support. Do we have to get there compulsorily? No, but it's quite possible though. We could keep going out like that. That's quite possible. But looking at the situation of the daily RSI and some other metrics, it looks like the market is currently quite oversold. So it makes more sense to look for kind of a relief rally before any continuation of the trend, or possibly a breakout of this level. Whatever comes, we're going to look at that at the points where we start interacting with that level of resistance. But then I want to point out the nearest positioned level of supports which we could be paying attention. First of all, it really looks like Bitcoin could hold on to this liquidity level here. But what if it doesn't? Because anything can happen. What if it just keeps going down? Which level is next to pay to put your attention onto? So to get that, I want to measure the midpoints between the top of the range I, and the middle of the range. That will give me this level. That is the 50% of uh, you know the half of the range, which is going to be the first quarter of the bigger range. So this level here, you can see from the measurement, we have a confluence with these area of supports, which Bitcoin almost tapped into, but not exactly. We got a long week into that level, but it never really settled in the level. So due to that factor, and then personally from the look on the chart right now, I kind of like the best thing to look out for a reversal or for any kind of price pump, the best situation that could, you know, lead to a sustained move up. It's going to be something where we get a little bit of a of an accumulation range before we see a breakout. Something like this where we just see just one long week of just one daily candle and then a continuation. It doesn't seem um good as good of a factor to look out for. So the best way for bottoms to be put in is when you see that, you know, consolidation, accumulation range, and then we break out, and then we can look for the continuation and yeah, you can look for that reversal in the trend. So do you looking at it from this angle? Personally, I would kind of want to see Bitcoin come back down, potentially break below this liquidity level, come back down, take this low, take the liquidity from this low, spike the stop loss of traders and everyone, and then from there, I would like to see that push back up to reset the RSI, and you know, for that reversal in the trend because we've been on quite a steep trend lately. So for that, I'm going to be paying attention to something like this, where you know we have this trend line of resistance, and then we get the accumulation here, and then a couple of days of choppy movements. It could be a week, it could be less, it could be more. Just paying attention to what happens at this support level. So what I'm saying basically is that this current situation on the Bitcoin charts, where we're currently seeing, you know, we've seen that long week up, and then we're seeing some um, kind of bullish price action above this previous low, which is going to be a kind of a good factor. Personally, I wouldn't trust this kind of movement, so I would really want to look out for one last push down to this level, and then that breakout. And then one thing to pay closer attention to is the support level at $60,000 ish. This level that Bitcoin broke out from, where we got, you know, couple of, yeah, multiple attempts of supports, successful supports, and then eventually we broke down from this. So Bitcoin could, you know, we could experience something where probably start of next week, Monday, Tuesday, we get a test of this level, create another lower high from this trend, low high, lower high, another lower high, and then it comes down and takes out this low to create a lower low, and then from here, we're kind of starting to see a little bit of a divergence between the RSI and the price, where you know the price of Bitcoin is forming lower lows, as you can see here. This to this a lower low, but the RSI is currently still holding up to the higher low. So if this happens, if this happens, where we see this push into this support level broken now turn into resistance, if this happen, the RSI could also, you know, make something like this, and then we come back to a continued higher low, which is going to add more bias to the bullish sentiment, and then from there, you know, from there we get the full for the corrective move, this the serious corrective move, and then potentially maybe continuation of the trend or whatever, maybe a breakout from here. We'll see what happens at that point. But this is basically the plan. I'm not going to be taking any shots from this. I'm just going to be positioned in an anticipation for a buy trade at this support level. Though there's definitely an opportunity for a short trade here, because you know this level, this area of values looks like a quite significant one from, you know, the history, multiple um, moments of support, then broken. It's going to be significant resistance level to pay attention to. So basically, this is kind of the view that I have from Bitcoin at the current moment. Series of lower highs. I just want to see that balance. I want to see Bitcoin balance in a support level before they move out of the support level. Something like this where you just see the week, just 1 week testing into the zone and then it's moving back up doesn't seem sustainable for the kind of market that we are in right now. So basically, this is the plan for Bitcoin. It it might or might not reach the $60,000 level, but I'm looking for that last push down into this support zone. Probably accumulate for a little bit, or also quite possibly just come in, test it for about 1 2 days, and then from there just start the reversal trend. And then I'm looking to capitalize on that reversal. So I'm going to be looking for buy opportunities at this level. Stop loss definitely going to be below the support zone, and then take profits somewhere above, depending on the situation. Looks like a quite promising setup. So that's just how it looks for Bitcoin at this current moment.